images that were there for a while, but I have added more views because I like them better when you see them side by side. See this one, if you see, this is for testing yourself. Now you know what it is. I mean, whenever you know, between now and next class, you can go and test yourself what this could be. So when you see one arrow, don't try to memorize that arrow. It is pointing to this covering. It could be anywhere. If it is here, it could be anywhere here. You see that? And if it is asking for the longitudinal fissure, it could be anywhere there. Are you with me?
Yes.
So this is just to help you, but if you want, I will use my own pointer. I will ask my buddies in my group, what is this gap, what is that gap? It's all the same thing. This grew, that grew, that grew, this grew, they're all the same thing.
Mm-hmm. What was the other one besides the deep one? The deep one was
Right.
focus. What was the other one?
This view,
Diverse.
I drew on the board. I have not labeled this, but we talked about it. Remember, let's look at some of the obvious structures. What is the first bump you see in the hindbrain?
The medulla oblongata.
First bump.
Cerebellum.
Cerebellum is on that side.
The pons.
Yeah. So you have two bumps, right? So you were right. That's the medulla oblongata. But the first bump is pons. The second bump is medulla oblongata. Okay. So always remember which one comes first. Pons comes first, then the medulla oblongata. This is your nerve coming from the nose. This is for smell. So olfactory nerve. What do you call this round structure? Round bulb, olfactory bulb. The olfactory tract is the path of the nerve where it's coming. Okay. So these are your nerves coming from your eyes. So what do you call these nerves? Optic nerves. What do you call the crossover point? Optic chiasm, right? Or chiasma. These are the path of the nerve. This is your optic tract. Can you see if something missing here? What is this that is missing here? What was that? What is missing here and what is missing there? Huh? Pituitary gland. So when you see the pituitary gland, you will see this bump here. Okay, we are looking at the inferior view. So if it is missing, then when it is removed, you can see the infundibulum. Remember the passage? And then that's your mammillary body. So that's why I put the pictures side by side so you can tell the difference. So wherever possible, you see, I put my pictures side by side, with and without. See, this one is with and without dura mater, right? With dura mater, without dura mater. And if you see the other one, the sagittal view, see, I have done with and without septum pellucidum, with septum pellucidum, without septum pellucidum. And the inferior view, I have done side by side the two pictures, with and without pituitary gland. Can you see that? With and without. So you have more images for you to self-test, different views. This is the human brain. All the parts are pretty much the same. Okay, I've labeled more. Can you see now the pituitary gland better? Can you see that hanging?
Yeah.
That's your thalamus, hypothalamus, the infundibulum that easily breaks off. That's your pituitary gland. The pineal gland is here. Okay, so and remember I told you, sometimes you see in the specimen how it is dissected, cut. You'll see the space as well as the membrane. You see the space here and there. What is that space? Which one? Lateral ventricle. In this case, right? What is the membrane? Septum pellucidum. Okay. So if it is covering completely, then you won't see the space. Or if it is removed completely, you'll see only space. So in this case, you can see partially both of them. That's your corpus callosum. Only one thing you need to pay attention. See here the dura mater on the brain. This is another piece of dura mater. It's not from this brain. They just wanted to show you. Here you see it's not covered, right? So this piece, if it were there on this, if it was not cut, it will cover this whole thing. So when it goes in the longitudinal fissure and connects to the corpus callosum, the same dura mater gets a different name. You need to pay attention to that when you see the specimen, okay? They call it by a different name, falx cerebri, F-A-L-X, falx cerebri. That's the name for the dura mater when it goes in the longitudinal fissure. Otherwise, so if it is outside, you just call it dura mater. So if it is labeled on the outside anywhere, you just say dura mater. But if it is on the inside, we call it falx cerebri. Okay, and you have videos for you to watch now as well as at home. Okay.